In 2 Kings chapter 4, the story follows the prophet Elisha as his ministry unfolds across Israel. It reveals God's power through acts of provision, healing, and restoration. This chapter is filled with personal encounters, showing how God works in the lives of ordinary people in times of need. The chapter begins with a widow, the wife of one of the prophets, who cries out to Elisha. Her husband has died, and a creditor is coming to take her 2 sons as slaves to repay the debt. Elisha asks what she has in her house. She replies that she has nothing except a small jar of oil. Elisha tells her to go and borrow as many empty jars as she can from her neighbors. Then go inside with her sons and pour oil into each jar. Trusting his word, she does as instructed. As she pours, the oil continues to flow until every jar is filled. Only when there are no more jars does the oil stop. She sells the oil, pays her debt, and lives on what is left. God provides in abundance where there seemed to be nothing. Next, the story moves to Shunem, where a wealthy woman shows kindness to Elisha by offering him food. Recognizing him as a man of God, she and her husband prepare a small room for him to stay in. Wanting to bless her, Elisha learns that she has no son and her husband is old. Through his servant Gehazi, Elisha promises that she will have a son within a year. The promise is fulfilled and she gives birth. But years later, tragedy strikes. The boy falls ill while working in the field with his father and dies. The woman lays him on Elisha's bed and immediately sets out to find the prophet at Mount Carmel. When she reaches Elisha, she holds on to him, refusing to let go until he understands her distress. Elisha sends Gehazi ahead with his staff, but the child does not revive. When Elisha arrives, he goes into the room, prays to the Lord, and stretches himself over the child. The boy's body grows warm. After walking back and forth in the room, Elisha stretches himself over the child again, and the boy sneezes 7 times and opens his eyes. The child is restored to life, and the mother receives him back. The chapter continues with another moment of need during a famine. At Gilgal, Elisha instructs a group of prophets to prepare a meal. As they gather wild gourds, they unknowingly add something poisonous to the pot. When the men begin to eat, they cry out that there is death in the pot. Elisha adds flour to the stew, and it becomes safe to eat, showing God's power to remove danger. Finally, a man brings Elisha 20 loaves of barley bread and fresh grain. Elisha tells his servant to give it to the people, even though there are 100 men. The servant questions how it can be enough, but Elisha insists. The food is distributed, and not only do all eat, but there is food left over, just as the word of the Lord had said. This chapter reveals a powerful turning point. Through Elisha, God shows that he is present in everyday struggles, providing for the needy, restoring life, and sustaining his people even in times of lack. Next comes 2 Kings chapter 5, where Naaman, a commander from Aram, seeks healing and learns that God's power extends beyond Israel.